if this live stream didn't interrupt her, she would be caught up.
Correct.
On Pluribus?
I've been telling you about Pluribus from the time it came out.
You never really spoke so highly of it the way that you did like Solo Leveling. You said it was cool.
Vince.
Well,
yes.
Go watch this. I wasn't
Pluribus
sold.
is the reason I didn't speak of it the way that I spoke of Solo Leveling is because I had saw the complete thing of Solo Leveling, so I could speak to that. Pluribus I had just started, and it was a slow burn the first 2 episodes. It was very slow but I'm on episode 4, and shit starts to really get moving, and you're like, oh, okay, all right. But you know what I'm starting to learn? I'm starting to learn that Apple Plus really, like, when it comes to their stuff, they're really about quality. And so it's not too much shit that you're gonna see on Apple TV. That's not good. Correct. It's just the truth. Like the funny shit is extra funny. Like if you have not watched some of the shit that shit with Seth, the show that they got where he just brings on a whole bunch of celebrities.
Studio?
That shit is hilarious. It is hilarious, bro. Like hilarious from a Hollywood standpoint. You know, in Hollywood, everybody's doing drugs and all of that kind of shit. Nigga, they be like, talking about that shit like, all right, yo. Yeah,
Righteous Gemstones isn't on there, right?
No, that's on HBO Max. But that is a whole nother thing that I watch with wifey too. And I love me some Righteous. Uncle Baby Billy is my nigga. That's my nigga. Uncle Baby Billy is my nigga. Like I like Uncle Baby Billy. That's his name, Uncle Baby Billy. And Uncle Baby Billy is a fucking trip. If you have not, how far are you into the Righteous Gemstones?
I'm not
at all.
You ain't started.
Dude, watch one episode and you're cooked. You're cooked, bro.
Where in space are they in the Righteous Gemstones? What starship are they on? What are they fighting? The Cardassians?
No.
Are they fighting the Borg? Is it the Klingons? I'm addicted. What don't you understand about addiction?
Did you say you're addicted?
I'm obsessed.
Then listen, if you're addicted, then watch Righteous Gemstones. You'll see a lot of addicted.
Can I make a point though, real quick? Since you were talking about Apple TV,
yes.
You had a very good point about how Apple TV, they have a higher echelon of quality. There's no doubt about it. Even the shows that aren't really that good are so well produced.
What shows aren't good?
Invasion.
Bro, if you don't stop it. If you don't fucking stop it, I'm trying to. We're already. Bro, it is though. It is. It's just you're not. It's not your speed. You want violence 24/7.
No, I don't want a show about aliens. That's about the drama within the people. Make it about the aliens, not about the people and the drama. Like
it's a build up. It's a build up. Which is
anyway. Point taken.
Invasion was good.
But if you then that goes more to the point of go and watch. Oh fuck! God damn. Okay.
This is the guy who's watching Star Trek, mind you.
Yes.
Well, yeah, Star Trek is about the Trek. It's literally in there. It's not called Alien Invasion, and then it's all about the mother and the daughter and the
different planet every episode.
Yeah, and sometimes nebulous, and sometimes all that.
Okay,
but let me make this point real quick. This is the point that I was about to make. Apple definitely has that as its standard. Yes. But what I learned, what I took note of after this season of Welcome to Derry is that now on HBO Max we have, and maybe this is just my limited view because I only have these two examples, but we now have two very, very realistic and gritty depictions of pre-Civil War Act violence that was done against Black people in communities. The first example,
Civil rights, not
pre-civil rights. I didn't say Civil War. Pre-Civil Rights Act.
It's on tape. It's on tape.
I said Civil War Act. I meant to say Civil Rights Act. If that's what Civil Rights Act of 1964. Okay, pre-Civil Rights. I'm talking about like Jim Crow, segregated South.
Okay.
The first instance of this was in a show called The Watchmen with Regina King, where they depicted what the actual race riot of Tulsa, Oklahoma, in Greenwood, where Black Wall Street was attacked because of bullshit. You know, the usual thing. Oh boy, he might have said something to a white lady on the elevator, so we coming to bomb your rich neighborhoods. And they depicted that in a way that I'd never seen anybody depict. So, like, again, when I used to envision those riots, the Tulsa, the massacres of Black Wall Street, and they talked about the bombs being dropped, I didn't picture looking up and seeing the bombs like within a stone's throw. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like they're actually, and that could have been the case back then. And people just running the streets and just being gunned down, kids. Like, they showed it so violently in a manner that makes you have to sympathize with that neighborhood and with what happened, as opposed to just reading it on a text page somewhere. And so when I saw the penultimate episode of Welcome to Derry, and they illustrated what fear and terror is ensued when the Klan wants to pull up on some folks just trying to have a good time at a boom boom room, and they encapsulated the people inside, even the kids, and just was like, we just gonna just burn all y'all down. And there's one of the key moments that I took away from that. They did such a good job of showing all of the violence, the fear, people's heads getting shot off, the fires, the burning. And then I noticed this in the direction. They showed the peace and serenity that everybody outside that was sitting there watching what was going on, like it was just like, well, I guess we should go ahead and head on out. And that's the vast difference in the perception of those violent acts. You know what I'm saying? And so I thank HBO Max for those two depictions, specifically the Black Wall Street in the Watchmen, and this Welcome to Derry episode, where the whole season was basically riddled with sometimes subtle and sometimes overtones of the racism that was experienced, even in a city up north like New England, where you wouldn't expect to have the same type of virility in the violence in the South. So I want to say, as Apple has showed that they have a capacity to give good productions despite whatever the quality of that show is, HBO Max, and I'm not saying that HBO Max needs to be a part of this, because I mean, these are different, completely separate projects, but as of right now, there's been two instances where I've seen on HBO Max like incomparable depiction of violence done towards Black people in a manner that is credible, and I think that should be applauded.
Three Lovecraft Country.
Oh, yes, and Lovecraft on top of that, because they did that too. And I mean, Lovecraft even went worse. They even went further, like with the Tipsy Topsy, with Topsy and Turvy. Was it Topsy and Turvy or Tipsy?
Tipsy Turvy?
Tipsy Topsy, something like that. Which by the way, me and we cosplayed as with when I was I went as Tick for MegaCon a few years back, and that was the one with Ty. That's the one you pulled up, you and Tyrone and everybody. So like, yeah, those, like, HBO Max low key is giving at least realistic depictions of the struggle that Black people had to go through as a community before the civil rights era, and sometimes even in many times cases even afterwards. So I just thought that was an interesting point that I don't know if y'all also feel the same way about it or not, but that made
I don't know if the credit necessarily that you're giving goes to HBO Max as much as it goes to the director. That as much as it goes to the director of said projects, because that it has to, there has to be a place for it. And I get what you're saying. Shout outs to HBO Max and shout out to Apple TV, but I also think that this is more, the credit more goes to Machete. And, Andrew, I think his name's Andrew Machete, Andy Machete, whatever. Muschietti. I think it goes more to his directorial vision as far as showing that whole scene, because that he's the one that's kind of responsible for that scene. same thing goes for whoever did the Watchmen and the the other series you were talking about. Yeah, the other series you were talking about. Yeah. So I think that as much as we would like to give the credit to HBO Max, who has done documentaries before and put stuff out there that I think says a lot about their platform and the fact that they're open to showcasing this stuff. But I think the credit goes where the credit deserves to go, and that's
I would give it to the producers, who is still Annie Muschietti, because they have the power to hold their funding for whatever scene they want to give more money to, or have it be put on display at a certain level. So I give it to the directors, the writers, the producers that had the courage and stuck to it. Yeah, stuck to it in the depiction of what went on in this. Warner Brothers just happens to be lucky that they picked to promote this show. Shout out to Disney. Shout out to Disney.
Really?
Yeah. Promoting black projects are
Wonder Man.
Are great efforts to be made to promote black projects. I'm gonna I love you. I want you to do better. This is just a good question.
Do we love?
Or is it a show with a black lead?
Yeah, it's more of a show with a black lead.
This was a topic of discussion at one point in time. The difference between a black show and a show with a black lead. Like, what was that show that
every show?
You
know what was a black show?
Remember old boy who played Hawkman in Adam Evil?
Adam,
he had his own show. Remember the show he had?
Alex Cross.
Yeah, like
season 2 is coming out.
That's a show with a black lead. It's not a black show.
No. Yes, that is again. There's not really many black shows. And the only one that I can honestly think about, like right off the top of my head, is
Forever.
Well, that wasn't Forever. I don't think has a black. Do they have a black director as well? Black writer. Black. See, because when I see black show, I'm talking all the way through. And so when I think about that, Your Boy was on it. Your Boy was on it from England. The show about the black superheroes that got their powers from having sickle cell. That is a black show.
Supercell, which season 2 is coming out, by the way.
Supercell is a black show.
Yeah,
that is not just a black lead. That is a black show. Black written, black directed. Yes. And I think a lot of times we confuse that with the fact when we see a lot of black faces, we're like, oh, this is a black show. But then when you look behind the scenes, it's all written by a white man or white woman, or
Forever was directed by all black directors.
Then I'm with it. Yes. Plus I love Forever. Forever's
by
including
a white
Regina
woman's
King.
Story.
It was inspired by a white woman's story. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Judy Blume.
Judy Blume's. Yeah. So they took the white people's story and they turned it into a black thing.
Does that take away from how good it was?
Nope.
No, that's putting an exclamation point on it.
Absolutely
that's putting seasoning in the mashed potatoes and the mac and cheese.
Hey, yo, I didn't even think about Forever, because if I would have been thinking about the best TV series of this year, Forever would have been. I would have absolutely put Forever. I didn't even think of it, but that's the problem. That's the kind of the problem. With having the space of a whole entire year to try to come up with, like, I guess now that we know we're gonna do this, now I have the ability to spotlight these things when you know what I'm saying, okay, let me put this in my Rolodex of things for the end of the year, so that I could bring this up, because Forever to me still is one of my, like, every time I watch it, and I've watched it multiple times, by the way, but every time I watch it, I get a new feel. Yeah, I get a new feel. Man, that is what I envision. That's what I envision for us. I envision depictions of black couples and black love being illustrated this way. Not always where we're at each other's throats, where it's always got to be, violence and visceral and all. No, I want a real story, like to combat that theory, and that's the only way we exist with each other is in a combative state. No, there's real love. There's real, there's real life shit. And they got everybody that I love to see on that show. Wood Harris, the dude that plays,
the son,
and Keisha, and all it, like, the mom, everybody, man, everybody, even down to the friends. The friends is all dope friends, and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I love it. Forever is that show.
Definitely,
I love it forever.
Well, can we talk about the Wonder Man problem?
Is it a problem? Disney doesn't see it as one.
It's not a problem if you can't see it.
It's not a problem.
I mean, it's a problem for us. Disney's like, the problem is this is the second time they've done that in the last two.
Oh, for you. No, Eyes of Wakanda too. Don't forget about that.
Shit.
Yeah.
Remember Eyes of Wakanda
and Wonder Man.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna fucking forget.
Meanwhile,
it's consecutively. Yeah,
we've got a trailer for Spider-Man already out.
Wow.
It came out months ago. Meanwhile, we have a few trailers coming out for Avengers Doomsday a year before release.
Did you just see the spoiler that is all over the internet right now? Because somebody went and saw the movie. Went to go. I'm not. Look. I'm not going to tell you. Not going to tell you, Vince. Not going to tell you. I said, did you see the spoiler that is all over the internet right now? That okay. So so that was one of those things where you remember how I cursed out Thor earlier this year when I was like, nigga, shut up. Like like this is kind of one of them. It's like, yo, just why couldn't you let us appreciate that moment for when we're there? Like it would be such a bigger moment if you just like, I don't understand them. I really don't understand them. Like, whoever's doing the marketing, it needs to be fired. Like, this is not how you market. Like that. Like, you don't give everybody all of the special parts before it's time. And that's what they did again.
I agree.
I was like, wow, this is crazy that y'all are doing this right now.
I agree 100%. I haven't seen it, but I hate when that happens.
Yes.
Like, I don't understand how you have this script on fucking lockdown for what feels like decades. We see everybody's casting fucking chair with their names on it. We know who's going to be in the fucking movie. What is the purpose of you giving? They let this shit happen. There is no way.
Because there's more. Because there's more.
Tell me they didn't do it on
purpose. There's more. There's definitely more. And the thing is that they know that they have to win back some goodwill, because Marvel hasn't really been having the same impact that they used to have since Avengers Endgame. A lot of projects have come and gone, and a lot of times they've been forgotten.
Quick.
I don't even remember Echo. I don't even remember Moon Knight half the time. And damn sure never remember Werewolf by Night.
Wow. I can't say that.
I don't. It's never discussed. I've sat here in a room full of blurs for a year. It's never come up. It's never been thought of. It's not.
And on top of the movies, none of their movies were hitting this year. There were movies that were better than the others that came out, but they weren't hitting for nothing. I mean, the Fantastic Four was fine. I think it was better than the other two movies they put out this year, but it wasn't memorable for me.
I was the only one. I think I was the only one on the platform, and I don't care. I don't even know if you were with us at that time, but I was the only one on the platform that hated on Fantastic Four. Everybody else on the platform loved Fantastic Four and raved about it and talked about how it was this and that and the third. And I was like, nah, this shit was not that. It wasn't that for me. Yeah, it wasn't.
Sorry.
It wasn't hitting. It was very vanilla.
It was. I got all kind of blowback for that. They made a real lot out of it. And everything. Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't know the difference between Incredibles and I was like,
yes,
because I said, I think I made a comment, and because I had made a comment because I didn't. Honestly, I wasn't like, I didn't know the lore. I'm sorry, I'm not privy to everything, but I didn't know that Incredibles was before Fantastic Four, and I made the comparison. I was like, this is a bona fide Incredibles movie and live action movie, and then they was like, oh, you know, it is based off of da, da, da. And I was like, well, I mean, well. Then if that's the case, then you hit the head on the
nail on the head.
It was literally the same, like 100% the same. Like you got a mole man under the city with digs holes under the city. So
that wasn't the only thing. I mean, I'm not trying to cape for Fantastic Four. I did like the different world in the different multiverse that we were in. But I think one of the big things was the argument against Sue Storm being able to defeat Galactus on her own. And I think that me and you clashed because I was like, well, she didn't actually technically do it on her own. It was everybody kind of collaboratively working together and some of that. But not one of us voted for it for best movie of the year, not even best superhero movie of the year. So I don't think that anybody's going to sit here and like cape and just try to stand on the mountain and be like, yo, it was the best.
We ain't talk about Thunderbolts neither.
Sure didn't.
Wasn't nothing to talk about.
And it continues.
Well, I mean, we can go round and round this library.
Meanwhile, the Thunderbolts team is now working on the next iteration of the X-Men. They're the ones that are now going to be working on creating Marvel's interpretation of the oppressed, socially oppressed groups that are trying to fight the system and bring light to issues that most people overlook because they get singled out in society. This is the team that's going to talk about those interpretations in the Marvel universe.
Now, that's a little obtuse because at the same time, X-Men 97 is coming out with new seasons and exist.
But the same people who did X-Men 97 ain't working on it no more. They fired all those people and burned all their scripts.
But they fired all. I thought they only fired Bo DeMaio.
I mean, he was the head writer.
He was the showrunner and the head writer.
Yeah.
So you want tea? You want tea?
I mean, let me ask you a question. If I work on a show with you, Vince, and you are the head writer, and I'm just sitting there in the room and I'm helping you, and we fire you, you think I'm going to make the show as funny as you? Me?
Not just that, homie. He had everything planned out and written up into. I don't want to say he completed it, but into season 3.
Yeah, but
his name was on everything for season 2. They took his name off of season 1. He started to do some extra shit. They took his name off of season 2. Then they took away all of the writing. Not all. They undid a lot of the writing that he did for season 2 because they don't want to have him associated with in any way, shape, or form, clearly. Right. So they basically, we're not getting the same story that we were supposed to be getting if Bo DeMaio had still been doing it. It is not going to be the same hit.
Kira, what did you know why he got kicked off of the project?
Baby,
I know.
Nobody knows that, and that is some crazy shit too. Because neither one of them is saying what the fuck happened.
Well, if you know, can somebody educate me? Because I don't know. I don't know why. Right. Why? Because that seems very final.
I know.
The room.
All right. Well, let's discuss. Check this out. So, from what I understand, Bo DeMaio did some, from what they're trying to describe, is some creepy shit. He was sending pictures of himself in undergarments to members that he was fond of the cast, or members of the production, right? And that's a no. I don't care where you come from. Now, the interpretation of it can always be misinterpreted because some people can. I'm not trying to cape for it. I don't know. But let's just listen. Let's just look at his own words here. Okay. He wrote this. A lot of questions, and so I'll answer momentarily. I'll just go ahead and put this on here full screen.
Okay.
A lot of questions, and so I'll momentarily break silence to answer. Episode 5 was this 9/11 happened, right? This might not be okay. All right. Episode 5 was the centerpiece of my pitch to Marvel in November 2020. The idea being to have the X-Men mirror the journey of that of any of us who grew up in the original X-Men show experience since being kids in the 90s. The world was a seemingly safer place for us, where a character like Storm would comment on how skin-based racism was quaint in one man's worth. For the most part, to our young minds, the world was a simple place of right and wrong, where questions about identity and social justice had relatively clear-cut answers. Then 9/11 happened and the world turned against itself. Things weren't so safe anymore. Grassroots populist movements began to rise around the world as a whole nation struggled to deal with the collective trauma and fracture at the seams of every diverse demographic. The effects we still feel today, and it's very elaborate, feel today, and have only been exacerbated by more collective trauma like COVID or several recessions. For me, personally, 9/11 was also when I came out of the closet to say to my family and realized not everyone would accept me. It's when I entered college and noticed that certain groups avoided me, or that a Supercuts in Tallahassee, this nigga with the fam, yo, let me find out we was in fam together, bro. So, hold up, man. Yo, I gotta talk to Bo, man. See, there's a whole bunch behind the scenes about this, but I don't get to. All right, so in Tallahassee refused to service me because they didn't do ethnic haircuts. Reality, as Jubilee found in episode 4, got very real and very scary. This happened to many people. We had kids and got jobs with high stakes. Suddenly, it wasn't enough for us to survive. We had responsibilities, and people whose survival depended upon us meeting responsibilities growing up. If you were like me, you were, oh my God, yeah,
it's a lot. You want me to fit? You want me to speed read it? I can speed
read. Yeah. Can you take the next paragraph?
All right. If you were like me, you would actually watch old episodes of the OG cartoon to comfort myself and take yourself back. God knows I did during COVID. But just like Roberto warned Jubilee, there's a danger of living in the past and clinging to nostalgia. There's a danger to not letting go of who we think we are, as Cyclops and Jean are learning. It leaves us stagnant and dangerously unaware of a future we didn't anticipate. Yes, it looked like Gambit's story was going in a specific direction. The crop top was chosen to make you love him. Him pulling off his shirt was intentional. There's a reason he told Rogue any fool would suffer her hand in a dance, even if it ended up not being him suffering. But if events like 9/11, Tulsa, Charlottesville, or Pulse nightclub teach us anything, it's that too many stories are often cut far too short. I partied at Pulse. It was my club. I have so many great memories of its awesome white lounge. It was, like Genosha, a safe place for me and everyone like me to dance and laugh and be free. I thought about this a lot when crafting the season and this episode, and how the gay community in Orlando rose to heal from that event. Like many of us who grew up on the OG cartoon, the X-Men have now been hit hard by the realities of an adult and unsafe world. Life's happened to them, and they, like we did, will have to decide which parts of themselves they will cling to and which parts they'll let go of in order to do what they've been telling humanity to do. Face an uncertain future they never saw coming. As Trask told Cyclops in the premiere, you have no idea what it's like to be left behind by the future. Now the X-Men do, and like each of us, they'll have to weigh whether this is a time, for social justice, or as Magneto preached at his trial, is it a time for social healing?
Now, there's a lot. So a lot said. That was frankly completely irrelevant to the subject. But I'll just kind of just speak to it. So the claims at the time. Yeah, that was it was a lot. Sorry, can't get that time back. But I learned something in that.
There's been absolutely no talk about what his actions actually were from either of them, which is also a choice. That's a little. I
don't know. I read about his supposed. And I don't know how
it's not coming from Disney, and it's not coming from.
And it won't come from him because he probably got caught up in that same bullshit that we all got caught up in when we signed up for Disney Plus. We can't take them to court. It'll be settled in arbitration.
Yeah.
Oh wow. How do we know that he has Disney Plus? Just because he works for
it doesn't. I'm sure they made him sign it. Like if you look at the Disney logo, you probably are bound to that as well.
Liable,
right?
If you ever went to Disney in your life, you probably can't sue him.
I mean, as a critic, they make me agree to it just to watch their episodes on their screener site. Like I don't even have to sign up just to watch it. I mean, they make me agree to not sue them.
devious but smart. I learned that there's a lot of parallels between me and this nigga. It sounded like he might have went to fam like I did, and it sounded like it might have been maybe a little around the same time. And then he also spent time in Orlando, which is where I am right now. So I feel like I might have crossed this dude path or something. That's
yeah, because
cool.
he did say Pulse. He did say Pulse, right? And we done been to Pulse.
Yeah, that's down the street. I had to perform there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, once.
Isn't that the one that got attacked?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, 49 massacred. Yeah, it was just pretty ugly.
And they recreated it in the show.
Yeah.
And subsequently they, and this is just a real quick sidebar, but freaking DeSantis made it against the law to change the colors of any highway in Florida. So like when they had Pride Week, they used to be able to put up like the rainbow colors. Now it's like against the law to do that, which I think is crazy. I think that's just crazy. Because even if we wanted to have like African colors, you know what I'm saying? But just to do it, just to spite one anyway, that's a whole other thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to go that direction. Well, but I do still believe that. Talk to me about why.
So I was
like they can't even put magic colors.
Yeah, I feel like we just went down a complete rabbit hole because I asked what happened. It's still okay. Yet to know.
Well,
what
my thing is I believe that there was
accusations.
There were accusations of lewd
inappropriate behavior.
Yeah, supposedly, like I think this was sent to somebody, and this ended up being something. Yeah. Look, even on this post, it says,
this is fan art. This is fan art. Somebody sent this to him.
Yeah. And I think this is what caused them to pull him when he posted that.
When he reposted,
then magically he got pulled. His name got pulled off of season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. So am I to believe, based off of what I'm seeing and what you guys are saying, is that Disney understood, or executives or people understood, that Bo was indeed gay, but then when he started going too gay, they were like, "Oh, hold up." Is that what I'm saying?
Gay? I think it's subordinate.
The accusations from his staff. So there were male members of the staff that were saying like he would text them in inappropriate hours and say inappropriate lewd things, and it was unsolicited. Okay. So, and once he made that uncomfortable work environment, you know, it's tough to be like, oh man, my boss is flirting with me, but I work at Disney on X-Men 97. What do I, you know, sometimes it's hard for them to figure out how to navigate that space, especially when you don't have a union.
Exactly.
So that's where they caught up in this situation where he was getting these accusations and they still tried to keep him around. But because he was trying to keep his job, he was not being vocal about what was happening. But then he started doing little passive aggressive things like reposting this image of him as Cyclops, and it started to then result in him getting a diminished role within X-Men 97. He made a big deal about how the movie was nominated for an Emmy for Best Animated Picture, and Disney didn't invite him to attend. Mind you, Netflix still invited that chick to attend the Academy Awards, even though she just straight up tweeted racist stuff in the past. So for him to not get invited felt like an extra slap in the face. But that's pretty much the gist of what happened.
Okay. Now, thank you.
I for one, obviously don't know the truth. None of us really do. I'm saddened by it in all of it. But that's where it is. X-Men, frankly, was one of the few shining lights of this Disney onslaught, of which we're getting content spit at us at a high velocity because of the need for Disney to usurp their new toys of Star Wars and Marvel as ways to boost their app so they can compete with Netflix. Is all a ploy. And the thing that sucks about it is that Disney didn't have to. This shit didn't have to happen. Like the app does not have to exist for Disney to be successful. Disney will be successful with or without the app. If I truly believe that if there was no Disney app, then Marvel would still have at least a little bit of that gleaming feeling that you felt at the end game. But now we can't even sit here and name these dudes. Say we don't remember what happened in Echo. You know what I'm saying? Daredevil came out Born Again this year, and I didn't even remember. I forgot about it. I forgot about it.
That has nothing to do with Disney Plus.
That's a good. That's a good show.
But that has nothing to do with Disney Plus existing, because we liked Daredevil when it was on Netflix just fine.
Yeah.
Right. That just goes for the type of stuff they're putting out.
Exactly. They're gonna cut the content, and that's so it's. I know you do, but that's typical. Like you when I say that because he has this genuine. He has had a genuine disdain for Disney for a while now. It's not. This is not just now. Entering the chat. So I understand every time you always go against Disney, but in terms of what we're talking about right now, Ant's absolutely right. This has nothing to do with the app. This has nothing to do with Disney. This has everything to do with the quality of the content and the content that you were putting out. If Disney's putting out this same content, whether it's on Disney or any other platform, they were putting out content because they knew they did not have any competition. They were putting this shit out knowing that the shit was dry and absent of any real quality content. They were doing that because there was nobody else doing it. But now DC. Listen.
I want to. Can I combine?
Hold on one second, Carol. Let me just finish this point. What I'm saying is, in terms of the quality of the content, there were no real competitors out there that were putting out content that was of better quality. Then all of a sudden, now we have DC coming to the forefront, putting out quality representations with the Penguin, with Peacemaker, with Superman, and all of that. Now, I think Marvel realizes we got to get back in our bag. We really got to get back in our bag. So but one thing about Marvel puts their hopes in one thing each and every time. They did it with Avengers, and they were successful with the Avengers properties, and then what they did was they built off of the Avenger properties. So they built up the Iron Man, the Captain America. They did all of that. They did that to build up to the Avenger property, which was their huge success. Then what did they do after the Avengers? They went with Black Panther. Black Panther enters the chat. They go and they get a lot of success off the Black Panther movie. Now here we are again, circling all back. Marvel has to get back into that space where they're putting out quality content to now combat DC's now onslaught. Because I think right now that's the one thing that they didn't have to deal with in the past. They didn't have to deal with DC's success. DC didn't have any success. So now that you have a real competitor on the market, I think that's where you're going to see a shift in terms of the Doomsday Project and everything, because I think they're putting all their apples in that. That's why they're throwing us the Wonder Mans, just the whole full. That's why they're throwing us the shit. They're throwing everybody out there, by the way. It's not just like, I know we want to isolate it to the way they did Eyes of Wakanda, also Wonder Man, and how they did Ironheart. But at this point, they're just throwing shit out there. Like the Daredevil Born Again series, what like people are talking about how great it was and everything like that. It was cool. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was awesome. I thought it was cool, but I feel like it was another Marvel just throwing us a bone to hold us over until they get their shit together. And that's what this has been.
I was gonna say, I think you're both right. I think that Disney Plus was a problem for Marvel, and the reason for that is when they created this platform of Disney Plus, it was a cash grab. So in trying to get as much money as humanly possible, especially during the pandemic, they were in a rush to pull this up And Ty, to your point, they didn't have any content. So they were scrambling to put anything on the platform in order to get people to join up and subscribe and keep the platform alive. What happened with that? You get shit stories. You don't have substance. You don't have a plan past Avengers Endgame. You just know I need to keep this motherfucking streaming app going because this is the future. And if this shit fails, we are fucked. So that's how we educated. The luckiest first strike was Vision. What is it? Vision? Not Vision Quest. Lord Jesus.
WandaVision.
Vision. That was a good start, but nothing came of anything after that. I was not eating off of Captain America and Winter Soldier.
Well, I mean, Loki was pretty damn good, and like Loki actually.
It was good. It was good.
Hold on. Loki had great episodes.
Yes.
I would say 3 of the 6 episodes were great. 3 of them episodes was trash.
Yeah.
Season 1. I'm just talking about season 1. 3 of them episodes was trash. When he's just sitting on the planet and they just, what are we going to do? Staring at each other. That shit was boring as hell to me.
Not only that, but Loki wasn't even part of the opening year for the app.
No. Nothing was except Mandalorian. Later? Only Mandalorian was really opening year.
Yeah. But so that's what I'm saying. I think the both of y'all are right. But the Marvel Universe suffered because Disney was in a rush to get anything and everything out so that y'all would watch it. And that's where it suffered. That's where it's the fault of Disney for pushing out Marvel products before they were actually ready or before they had a 10-year plan. But when Feige, what is this man's name?
Bob Iger.
Who?
Bob Iger.
Or the old no. The first team of Marvel, the very first team, the guy that's in charge of the Mandalorian.
Kevin Feige.
Dave Filoni.
No, John Favreau.
Favreau had a 10-year fucking plan with that shit. He knew what he wanted. He had a plan. He had a much better plan than what Disney's got.
He created one, but he didn't have, and it wasn't him. It was Joss Whedon, honestly, because Joss Whedon was the architect of Marvel leading into the Avengers and into the Phase 2, and he was the one who had his fingers in everything. And you could see when there was a lot of continuity in Marvel because when they did Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., that shit tied into the films at first. Marvel's problem is that they misjudged the television space. And to say that they had no competition is just really just calling Netflix a joke because they've been putting out superhero shows that were bangers for years. Comic book shows that's been bangers for years. The Sandman. I even like Sweet Tooth.
Daredevil.
They created Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, The Defenders. Yeah. They could recast Iron Fist. But everything else was...
Those weren't all MC. Okay, so
but hold on, no. Netflix licensed those characters from Marvel. They were not part of the MCU.
And I was just about to say that's exactly what I was going to say.
Netflix people intentionally tried to make it so that they could work around the MCU without accidentally stepping on the toes of the MCU. That's why they never were referenced until Disney got the rights back to those characters when Netflix willingly let them expire. They didn't buy them back. They said, you can take them back. We only want the shit that we own.
You're right. That's what I was about to say. I wasn't when I said that there was, and I was speaking Marvel. I wasn't speaking MCU. I was speaking Marvel versus DC.
Yeah, I'm thinking Marvel Studios as a production company. They don't know how to do TV.
The point that I was coming from when I said that there was no competition, there was no competition with Marvel. And then that's what I mean. And like the DC wasn't doing anything that was successful in a way that
was all about the Arrowverse and the animation.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the Arrowverse was slapping,
but it was on cable.
And it wasn't the movies. It was the
you don't hold things in the same category when it's not in a movie theater because the Umbrella Academy would be slapping too. But because it's not something that's in a movie theater, we don't consider it the same. We don't hold them on the same level. But Marvel was also putting out stuff that wasn't slapping either.
Go ahead. I don't think I'm gonna get any argument out of any of y'all if I say that we can all agree that at some point in time, Disney as a Marvel producer, with the service of streaming in mind, did start to prioritize quantity over quality. I think that we can all agree on that.
Yes,
right?
but I think without context, that's not fair, because the real reason that they did that was because there was a pandemic that caused all of the stuff that was scheduled to go out when it was supposed to go out to get pushed back. And then what happened was, we as people sitting at home didn't have shit to watch. They knew that this was an opportunity to jump on that, the fact that people are not going to movies, they're staying at home, and we need to give them something to make money off of that. That is nothing wrong with that approach, because you are addressing a need. And that's what it was. There was nobody else doing nothing. That's what I'm saying. When the pandemic hit, there was nobody was going to the movies. More people were watching TV than ever before. And so that's why a lot of the But
they started the right way. They started the right way. Like Kira said, WandaVision, especially between me and you, who had to be dragged to liking it, because we was like, what the fuck? Like the first 2-3 episodes, we was like, what the fuck is happening? And then we all collectively was like, oh my God. Like, the last episode,
I was like, I love Lucy, the honeymooners. I was like, come on, man. I was like, I love my nostalgic moments, but come on, this is too much.
2 episodes of black and white. We was like, nah, man, come on, man. Where's the Technicolor? You know what I'm saying? Tighten up. So, but it started, that was good quality content that it started off with. It started off with a bang, in my opinion. All right. Yeah. But then when you get to the echoes, and even, I mean, is anybody here going to stand on trial and defend Clint Barton and his version of Hawkeye? I mean, I love the fact that my boy Carlos was in it, but if that show didn't happen, we still could have met Kate Bishop. We didn't need the 6 episodes to meet Kate Bishop. It was cool, but does it move the force? And then I actually, frankly, liked Moon Knight. I liked it.
I like it too. I do like it.
But we're not going to see it anymore. We're not going to see it anymore.
I wasn't a huge fan.
You know what I'm saying? But all of these projects, despite us liking or disliking them, have been forgettable because there's so many of them. You understand?
That's not why.
When Avengers come out, Infinity War, that don't come out every season. You got to wait 2-3 years for that. It's a big event.
You know, I'm gonna tell you why these shows seem so forgettable. It's because we've had better. We've had the taste of what greatness is, and then when we see mediocre next to greatness, this shit stands out. When Daredevil came out, I don't think there's any argument that Netflix's interpretation of Daredevil is within the top 5 greatest superhero shows.
And Punisher. And Punisher.
And I didn't even get to Punisher. I'm just starting at Daredevil, right? Yeah. And then right, that's where we're starting. And then they started giving us with bangers back to back. We got Luke motherfucking Cage, yo.
I enjoyed
that with Mahershala Ali. We got great villains. We got the hallway scene. We got Jessica Jones with the fucking Purple Man, giving us a villain that we've never even thought. Yo, I honestly had no idea how she was going to beat him.
Yeah, Craven. What was his name? Not Craven. No. The doctor, the dude from David Tennant's character in
Purple
Jessica
Man.
Jones.
Purple Man. Yeah.
Yes.
What was it?
Yeah.
Purple Man.
Purple Man. Yeah,
he's got a real. I can't remember what his real name is, but that.
Kill something.
Killgrave. Oh yeah, that, bruh. Like,
it's good.
That's sick. Right? But at the same time, let's not have
Then we get Daredevil season 2. Season 2.
Let's not have revisionist history and act like in that same soup we didn't also have Iron Fist. Let's not act like Marvel didn't try to give us Runaways. Let's not try to act like these shows didn't exist.
That had nothing to do with Netflix.
It was on Netflix.
Runaways
was Hulu. But the Iron Fist
was Cloak and Dagger.
Was one of the Defenders. Yeah. Okay. There was also that there were other shows that existed in this soup that weren't pop. So let's not just go back and have.
I'm not saying they were batting 1,000. I didn't say they was batting 1,000. I didn't say they was batting 1,000. I'm just saying,
because we had the original Daredevil, the movie,
and every single thing that has come out on Disney Plus has gotten nowhere near close to Daredevil's level. They're hanging around Iron Fist level or a little bit above. Let's be honest, right? With the exception of X-Men 97, which was an anomaly. None of these shows are touching Luke Cage's balls. They're not on his level. Wow. Not a single one of them.
Okay. All right. So we're just gonna.
You gonna bring up Daredevil Born Again?
No. I'm not. Look. I applaud Disney.
You know what Daredevil Born Again did? It equaled the violence that Netflix was able to get out of Punisher and Daredevil. Yeah. That's all it did. That's so when I saw what? I what? Argue your point.
All right, let's argue the points. Marvel clearly in this universe, the MCU, the television version of the MCU, they have used certain people as kind of like transparent characters that transverse between all of the shows, right? And one of them, you saw Rosario Dawson, and also you see the dude, this black dude who's always like a snitch. I forget his name, but
I met him. I know who you talking about.
Yeah, my man right here. You probably interviewed him. You probably call him right now, real quick. Get him on the conversation right there. But now, but then you have Kingpin, right? Kingpin also has transverse between different shows, and so in this particular instance, after seeing them trying to give us a sentimental aspect of Echo being his surrogate father and all that, I don't mind them trying to recapture this glory days of Daredevil that y'all are speaking of on the Disney channel, on the Disney channel. But I do mind is that it's just thrown in this big ass broth of shows, of which most of the shows that you all list are unpalatable. Like you have to decide. You're looking at it with a side eye before you watch it because you're like, damn, Disney, I have not gotten, as everybody's just saying, this is so weird. Like I'm arguing your point, but y'all looking at me like I'm wrong. Like I don't understand. Like what's going on?
Because you're arguing your point. You're arguing.
Go ahead, Kira.
On the Foggy point, he dies he does die in the comics. There is a purpose to him dying, which they have not gotten to yet, which is fucking dragging the shit out for no reason, in my opinion. They're still trying to do a build. That's all I wanted to say. Foggy is not supposed to be here right now.
Okay,
I watched I watched the Daredevil Born Again series, and I came out of that series feeling like, okay, if you were trying to match the violence, A+ for matching the violence. But when it came to storyline, that shit does not even. It's not even close. It's not even close to the 2 to 3. How many seasons did we get?
We had 3 seasons of Daredevil, and 3.5 if you count Defenders.
Every season of Daredevil on Netflix unveiled something else. I remember, what was it, season 3? Where you finally meet, what is his name? Sticks? No, Sticks. The dude with the blind dude, the blind dude with the sword. Sticks. Yo,
we met him before.
Well, in the first season.
Well, I mean, like you get the backstory behind Sticks being part of the hand. It's been so long. The hand, being part of the hand, and also how that lines up with Iron Fist and all of the other kind of stuff. Bro, there was so much that I saw between the relationship between Foggy, between the relationship between
Karen.
What's the girl's name? Karen. Between all of it, like that, bro.
And Rosario Dawson character.
And Rosario Dawson's, because she was coming through helping, whenever he got busted up. So
there's a reason why this is a slow burn. For me, Born Again is a bit of a reset with this Marvel, within that Marvel universe, at least for Daredevil specifically. And the reason for that is the entire storyline that's going to come afterward. There's a reason why they're not talking about why they're only bringing up Jessica Jones showing up in the story. There's a reason why we haven't talked about Luke Cage at all yet. This is a build up. It's a very fucking slow fucking burn for what's coming. But if they land, now come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I hear you. I have to take him up right quick.
So Fisk is currently the mayor of New York City. There is a storyline where that change happens. This is a build up to that change. I don't want to give it away because I love Luke Cage. But there is stuff coming that will change this, that will might make you go, oh shit, they really about some. Oh, it's hard to talk about this without spoiling.
But Kira, to my point, when that day comes, I'll gladly give them their flowers. What I'm talking about is what they've given us thus far.
I agree.
What I'm saying is that Daredevil Born Again that everybody sat there and regaled and was like, oh my God, this is so great. It was just violent. I get it. We love violence. We crave violence. But outside of that storyline was very lax. It was very. I was like, "Come on, man! Like we went a whole season."
I disagree. Like we watched the Kingpin become the mayor. You know what I'm saying? And successfully, the story was just as I don't know. Anyway, let me
the whole story with the hand on Netflix and what they were doing in all their shows. They were building up their hand to be the Netflix version of Thanos, and then we saw that culminate with the Defenders, with him and Elektra. Man, that's storytelling. And what they're doing with Wilson Fisk, I'm not saying Wilson Fisk is bad, but I'm just saying it is not having the same impact that Netflix had with the hand.
That's fair. Yeah. I fucks with it. Let me ask y'all this real quick. Same subject, but different subject at the same time. I want to step back to Wonder Man. Tell me who this dude is. Like, talk to me about Wonder Man. Like, what am I like? Not even like Kira, not even like what to expect of the show, but what to expect from the character that is Wonder Man. I'm not as familiar with him as I probably should be.
There's two iterations of Wonder Man, and there's the white Wonder Man, and then there's the black Wonder Man. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't know shit about this. I don't know shit about this motherfucker right here. I don't think I'm. I don't want to dislike this show before it even comes out. It's weird. I don't know what the fuck is going on with the story. None of the promos that they're doing give me any inkling into what they are actually going to be doing with this show. It does not let me know who this man is, why he's so important to the MCU that he deserves his own solo series. I don't know how he connects with any of the other upcoming MCU projects at all. At least with World of Wakanda or Eyes of Wakanda, I can tell you, okay, so they're doing a backstory. They're trying to do more and give you a little bit of piece of the history. That's fine. Ironheart, all right. I see they're bringing in Mephisto. I see that they're bringing in all these other characters. They're starting to build into the new, the Young Avengers. I get that. I don't know shit about this nigga right here. I don't know a goddamn thing, and I mean nigga in the loosest term of all. I don't know nothing about either one of them. Okay. I've been slow to even pick up the comics to try to figure out who he is because I don't connect with this.
I'm Googling as we speak.
I've already Googled it, and so in terms of what he can bring to the MCU, Wonder Man he gained his powers from being infused with ionic energy. So it gave him superhuman strength, speed, durability, along with flight, energy projection, ionic blast, regeneration, and virtual immortality, essentially making him a being of pure energy with incredible physical feats and resilience. Though he can shift between this energy form and a more human state. So with just the powers alone, he could be a formidable superhero. But my caution is always going to be on the way that Marvel has scaled powers down in terms of superheroes. and you hear me complain about it all the time. It never to me translates to the screen the way it should. Hulk, the way they make Hulk, basically, they somehow found a way to make him impotent in his strength, in regards of turning into the Hulk and all of that. It's just weird energy for a being who's as powerful is in all for all intents and purposes is the Superman of Marvel Universe. And I don't mean in terms of the same power. I mean that this dude is the strongest, one of the strongest, if not the strongest, foe in all of Marvel. So like this is it's just, I didn't like how they did what's my man in Thunderbolts? What was
the guy that
Sentry. Yeah. I didn't like how they did Sentry. I didn't like how they so I'm it's gonna be interesting to see, especially since they gave us all the season at once so we can watch it.
Can I give y'all his stats from Marvel.com?
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So out of a scale of 1 to 7, apparently. Weird fucking number. His durability is a 6. Fighting skills are a 4, so average. Intelligence is a 4, average. Speed, 4, average. Strength, a 7. His energy is a 2. What the fuck is going on? This is weird. Okay.
Is a 2?
Is a 2. I don't know what, and I don't know if that means his oh god, what the fuck? Not stats. How long he can actually? I don't even know. I don't think it's energy projection.
From his hands. He shoots beams from his hands.
Ionic glass.
But that's a 2. Ionic glass.
He's not on Cyclops level. He's not on. He's not on Jean Grey level. He's not up there when it comes to that, or Captain Marvel.
But apparently, superhuman strength is his most. Is the highest quality. It was rated a 7 out of 7, right?
Yeah. This is a weird. There's
something just happened.
Is that me?
That's Vince over there.
Okay.
Yeah, that was bad.
I fixed it. All right.
You good? I think.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. I'm reading his bio. He's got connections to Spider-Man, Hawkeye, male Hawkeye. He's got connections to the Enchantress, who we last saw in what is it? Madness.
Agatha. The other one we forgot existed. But continue.
Baron Zemo. He's got.
I like Baron Zemo.
He's got Kang the Conqueror. He's got. He has ties. How the fuck in 8 episodes, mind you, are you going to be pulling all of this off? Because I do not see this getting to season 2 at all.
Let me ask you a question. Who's the villain?
Right.
I don't think any of us know who the villain is of Wonder Man.
I mean, I don't think that these are things that are bad. I mean, knowing that's the point of watching the show, obviously. So I don't really have an issue with not being completely aware of what the plot will hopefully unveil. It's the fact that, like, if they had confidence in this project, I would hope that they would be a little bit more eager to get folks interested. There literally wasn't anything between this project and what was the last thing that came out for Marvel? Was it Fantastic Four? Yeah. The Wonder Man buildup, whether the show's going to be great or not, could have been well before the Christmas season. But now they're going to dump all 8 episodes out real quick in the new year and just say, here, all right, we got that out the way.
I think Marvel is searching for is trying to mimic the recipe that they did before with. I think they're trying to mimic the same recipe that they had for the Avengers, where they throw out these characters and then let us fall in love with them or not.
Yeah, of course.
And so I think that they're putting out a lot of just the different characters and in hopes that one of them grips us, in hopes that one of them, like some of them, like we're like, oh, like we watch the show and we're like, oh, I think that's what they're doing with a lot of the characters right now.
Then why didn't they bring none of them back?
Who?
Any of the characters that they've been rolling out over the last 5 years, ain't none of them come back. Right, with the exception of Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is like, you know, when did that movie come out? 5-6 years ago? But he's finally coming back. The only character that we've seen appear since Avengers Endgame is fucking Wong. Like on the Disney Plus shows.
As far as the Disney Plus shows, no. We just saw Kamala just show up
in a movie.
We saw her in a series, then we saw her in a movie, and then we just saw her again in another series. In terms of this
what series?
What if? Yeah.
I don't put animation in the same conversation as Marvel Studios, because what if is by definition not connected to anything.
Well, Kamala is supposed to show up.
Kamala though, right? That's another version of Kamala out there in the multiverse that's having her own problems.
Yeah. So you do got to separate what if, because that is complete. You know, that's, even though it's Marvel, and I would say it is Marvel Studios, but it's not really connected with the reality in the MCU, right? Like, it's all really just like
Marvel Television is handled by a whole different group, and they actually have a different head. Kevin Feige doesn't run Marvel Television. Brad Winderbaum runs Marvel Television, and he has his own different way of looking with things. Yeah, he talks to Kevin, and he makes sure he don't step on Kevin's toes, but they're separate in a lot of ways.
And also we got Monica Rambeau from the WandaVision series that also got her own standalone movie. I guess
the Marvel.
Not standalone. It was an ensemble.
Yeah, she was part of the ensemble, which it also included Kamala. So I'm just saying, like, when you have a multitude of characters, which they do in the Marvel Rolodex of characters, you're just rolling out characters with the intention on hitting on something. Monica Rambeau was a hit. We watched WandaVision, and me and Vince both came out of that like, shorty deserves her own movie. There was no question about it. We came in with that energy, and sure enough, Marvel agreed and put Monica Rambeau in her movie. So it's not always going to hit with every character, but
Marvel had a plan then. Like, they were intentional. All those characters that they introduced originally came back quickly. Like when they had Iron Man with Black Widow. Black Widow appeared in Iron Man 2. When she appeared in other people's movies. She started coming back. Hawkeye made a cameo in Thor and then was immediately in Avengers. Like within 5 years, we had a culmination of these characters. Now it's like what you're saying. They're throwing shit at the wall and they're seeing what sticks. And then maybe after 5-6 years, once we've seen what stuck, hopefully fans are still interested in these characters. We're getting Vision Quest now. You know how long I was sitting here thinking Vision's going to pop up any second now after the end of WandaVision? That was like 7 years ago. My kids have entered a different stage of life. Like,
yo, can I interrupt? Can I interrupt? Yeah. This conversation will go on forever.
Yeah, it will. I'm sorry.
But I know everybody here got limited time, so I got to get y'all opinions on the finale. I know there's been some talk about it already. I know y'all kind of talked about it. Well, I don't want to say kind. I don't want to. Y'all did discuss it on Ant's channel, the movie blog, which I would recommend all of you go and watch. But I'm just wondering what your feelings, if you were satisfied, if you was happy, if you thought that it was overall, if it ended as dope as you wanted. I mean, did anybody have any adverse opinions? Ty, you finished it, right? Yeah. Okay. Is it a yay or nay for you?
Oh, it's two thumbs. Yeah. It's a 2 thumbs, 2 toes up. Like it's
oh shoot, she put the feet. Okay.
Toes up real.
That's a real, Kira. I just got a foot reel from you. That's just
we're gonna have, we doing can I do the hobbit feet?
Yo, put the foot
hobbit feet.
Put the foot up. Hey, that's gonna be our new profile pic. This is the foot version. Oh, you went there. This is content. This is the membership only.
And Ed's been taking care of his toes over the years. That's good for you, Ed.
Ain't getting all sexy with the toes. Go ahead, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Have a time.
The moist,
Put the lotion on it.
Hold on. Come on, man. All right, so are we? Hera, you feel the same? It feels it's like thumbs up, magnificent. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Asterisk. Fuck Lily.
Yeah.
Fuck that little girl. She could have got, and I would not have missed her for a moment. I promise you. Outside of that, who knows?
Okay, and I'm assuming, and obviously, yeah. All right.
I loved it. I'm not. I've been putting friends on to Welcome to Derry because there's a lot of people who are just like, I don't do horror. It's too much. And the gore and stuff. And I'm like, if you get past the gore of the opening moments, Vince, you'll find that the show or movie is actually really, really good.
I was like, I felt this one coming. Yeah. All right.
So
I'll take that.
One of my buddies is texting me and he's just like, holy shit, what was that scene in episode 2 of Derry? The racism makes me want to murder everyone. And I'm like, that's what makes the show great because we have such strong Black representation. And then you couple that with accurate depiction of how racism actually operates. Some people just think, it's slavery. No, it's all that subtle shit. Like you don't fucking salute me when you know I'm your superior, right? Like it's all that other stuff that comes with it that Black people deal with in any given day. Getting attacked in their sleep, not being able to press charges, still trying to figure out how to persevere and still be an example to our families, our communities, and try to change your dumb racist mind out at the same time. That's what I love about this show, man. They're showing it, they're doing it, and this finale went hard. Can we give one up? Can we pour some out for our homie Richie coming in 6th man of the year?
Richie.
6th man of the fucking year.
This is the MVP, man. If you ask me, I mean, I ain't never seen a kid his age with the kids his age would be more about self-preservation, but to have the wherewithal to want to protect someone that you just close to, that you've only known for probably the extent of 2 weeks, you're willing to die for, like, that's crazy. Like, the
testicular fortitude of that young man needs to be celebrated on a regular basis. I wish I had seen that coming up in elementary fucking school. Could you help, please, for the one time?
Hey, you know what I learned from Welcome to Derry? To never fall in love with any character. Like one thing about Welcome to Derry is they don't have no problem killing off your favorite character. They don't have they did it multiple times this season, right? When I first started liking the two little kids, the little Teddy and the other, I started liking them. Dead the next episode. So I started liking my man Ricky. Dead. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have no problems killing. And one thing about Derry and just what it showed is you're only as good as your usefulness.
Lily.
Realize that. You're only as good as your usefulness. As soon as you are no longer useful to the storyline, you are gone. Lily. And they don't have no problem with that. Like, they killed everything. They killed the fucking general, nigga. They killed the fucking general. They was like, you think this shit's slick? We done already got you. You already did what we needed you to do in the story. You melted the shit. Dead.
But how was he fucking useful? useful. The only thing that he was useful for was his fucking fever dream that after they gave him his magic mushrooms or whatever the fuck it is, the project they did on him.
No, his usefulness, Kira, was to unleash everything.
He was one of the villains.
He was the key. Remember, if he doesn't melt the little piece of thing, fog or the mist, mind you, another Stephen King series, which is really good, by the way.
I need to find the
series.
Yes,
the movie.
No, it's a series and a movie. They had a movie and a series. But in the mid series was good. They only did like 2 seasons though, I think, in the top. But when that miss hit the Derry, for those who know, I know you was like, and you was like, oh shit, it's about to get real. Like if this is anything like the mist, now we about to have monsters in the mist. Like you don't understand that when the mist pull up, shit is ain't no going outside no more, brother.
We've never seen Pennywise exercise his abilities to that scale before. We've never seen him we've seen him like in a grocery store. You know, he's haunting your nightmares on some Freddy. This nigga took over a whole fucking auditorium of children. He said, look into my eyes, showed them his 3 balls, and had them flying in the sky on some Pied Piper shit.
Choices.
That's what he did. He opened his mouth and there was 3 balls in there. In the back of his mouth, there was 3 balls. Yeah, I didn't see that. The 3 balls he had juggling in the back of his mouth.
Can we just call them deadlights? Can we call them deadlights? Please.
He got a name.
So close to the end of the year. We do not need to get canceled today.
They have a name?
Do they have a name? No.
Nah. What was he doing? What was that, by the way? Is that something that you see in the? I gotta watch the It movies to know. Okay.
Nah. He doesn't. He kind of talked about it in the series. Maddie was like, yo, he took the kids while they was alive. He brought them down into the sewers. He doesn't consume all his kids at once. He sits there and he'll stretch that shit out. He'll be like, here's for Monday. This one's for Tuesday. This one's Wednesday. And he likes to stretch them out. Once he knew he was getting out of town, he was like, yo, I'm going to need to pack some snacks. Right? About to go on this road trip. We're going to go in uncharted territory. I need to pack some snacks because I ain't eating fucking gophers and deer no more. I don't eat that shit.
Okay, I got it.
There we go. Came back around.
So he was basically like refrigerating them and shit. He was kind of keeping them in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, he had a mobile refrigerator. Refrigerator. It's just keep on walking. Which again, it makes you literally when you see stuff like this. It makes you connect the dots because now when you see those kids walking in a single file line, walking across with no like real awareness, then it starts making you think about the new Stephen King joint, the long walk or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you start thinking about that type of stuff. Like all of the connections that Derry has opened the door for. And for you to go back and watch these movies a little bit more in a more detail oriented fashion, like yo man, like this is just it's exciting. It makes it exciting. Yeah. It's a journey that you're about to go on. Like okay, let's journey in the mind of Stephen King, literally.
The
turtle.
Damn, you know what? I want
the Dark Tower,
Sleepwalkers,
Dr. Sleep.
Yep. Yeah. All of it. All of it is all connected.
I want Muschietti to take creative control of this fucking world. I want a Dr. Sleep from him. I want a Shining from him. Because I think this will be, whatever he does will be so much better than what we've gotten in the past. Don't make that fucking face, Aunt. You gotta get your hand off that face.
Slow down.
Okay.
You gotta slow down.
No, I would trust him with it. You don't
slow down.
How, Sway?
This is also the man who gave me the Flash.
He didn't give you the Flash. He directed it.
Yeah, he wrote and directed it.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I thought he just
we gotta slow down.
Yeah, and Kara, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful too when you're messing with classics. Sometimes you just leave the classic alone and let it have its standalone value. Sometimes when you go messing with classics, you fuck up.
Yeah, I'm saying this from a book perspective. I think he could handle it. That movie, I've never liked the movie The Shining. I think it is great. I think it is visually great. The storyline.
You never seen it, Vince?
Yeah, we've already done this. Yeah.
Several times. No, you can drag them again. It's appropriate.
Like, these are classics, bro. These are like real classics.
Zayna did that shit too. We was in the winter joint. She was like, "You've never seen Shining?"
I mean, I think we can all say we have a classic that we haven't seen.
I don't know, Anthony. Name one. I've probably seen all the classics.
I have one I haven't seen, and I get dragged for it all the time. It's a huge one, and y'all will drag me for it. Y'all ready?
What black ass film is this?
Meteor Man.
You ready?
Meteor Man.
I've never seen The Godfather.
What?
Man, Vito Corleone?
That hurt more than I expected it to.
I've never seen
none of The Godfather.
Any of The Godfather.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't nominate. You know what? This I'm glad you're doing this, because I would love to have a watch party of certain classics. Like we could do a watch party for classic Johns. If you haven't seen The Godfather, is definitely one I've watched almost probably 50 times. Probably. Yeah, I've watched
I like it, but goddamn.
I've
seen Scarface a lot.
But
Scarface is a standalone.
Over the course of years,
I'm gonna concur. Godfather is a must see. At least the first two. After that, it gets a little different. After Mike. After
just let it watch it, man.
Okay.
After part two, it gets it starts to get a little questionable.
Okay.
But the first two are literally like you have to put this in your mental roller. It is a must. Even if you don't like it, you have to see it. You're missing so many references in so much modern day culture. You're missing so many references that are all derivative of The Godfather. I'm not gonna lie. I would definitely prioritize it. I'd put it on a top 10 priority list. Yeah. Godfather, but you're not the only one. I never saw The Sound of Music. I don't know if that means anything.
I saw that too.
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
But
I've always seen the clips of her spinning around on a hill and shit, but
I wouldn't say you have to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Nah, all of those are like, if you caught it when you were little, cool. If you didn't, then it's not necessarily go back. When I'm talking about classics, I'm talking about like art, like culturally. Like culturally, black people love. Listen, we love mobster movies. We love like even if you didn't know you loved it, watch one. You love it. Hoodlum. You ever seen Hoodlum?
I'm gonna say Godfather's better than Hoodlum.
You ever seen Hoodlum, Vince?
Bumby Jobson.
Yes.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yes.
Bumpy.
Yes. Yes.
Bumpy
You seen American Gangster? American Gangster?
I didn't understand no guts. Shut up, man. You see, him trying to antagonize shit, man. You seen American Gangster?
You seen American Gangster?
Yeah.
Carlito's Way?
Yeah, Carlito's Way? Why you? Yeah, I've seen all of these. Yeah, I was
King of New York. King of New York. Frank White.
Yes.
Yeah, Frank White.
Hey, I have the same initials.
Hey, man. Like, look, like when it comes to the classics, yo, bro, that's what Fresh. You seen Fresh?
Yeah.
Like all of that.
But hold on. I caught Fresh late. I just saw Fresh maybe last year. And that was me going back on my Giancarlo bag. My wife was on that shit. She's like, you didn't see that school scene? I was like, nah, what you talking about? Oh, shit, yo, that shit messed me up. Yo.
Yeah. Lean on me.
Wait. What'd you say?
Don't come for me, Mr. I've never seen The Godfather, Mr. The Movie Blog.
Okay.
Don't do that.
All right.
Don't do that.
All right. I ain't gonna throw stones.
Francis
in the glass
Coppola.
house.
Sir.
Coppola.
Sir. No.
You gotta watch it, man. You gotta watch it. But yeah, classics, man. Those were always my thing, man. When I was a kid, coming up, watching all. I saw the Spartacus, the original Spartacus.
Kirk Douglas.
Yes, with Kirk. Yes, I saw. Yes, I've seen all of those different. Like when
Jason
I was
and the Argonauts.
I've seen that. I watched all the Hercules movies. I watched all the Hercules movies. I watched all of the, you know what I'm saying, the original Hercules with Lou Ferrigno.
All right. Now we're categorizing at this point because I guess I would call those like classic fantasies, classic mythologies. You went from like gangster, you know what I'm saying? And I think there's all the classics.
I just said
I don't know if those considered.
All I'm doing is you don't consider these classics? Okay. I was gonna say
like Jason and the Argonauts. I don't know.
Well, not necessarily Jason and the Argonauts.
I was just listing
Hercules is definitely a classic.
I would say Conan. I don't even know Lou Ferrigno.
Have you don't know who Lou Ferrigno? You say you don't know who Lou Ferrigno is?
I know who he is. I never knew him as Hercules. Hercules.
You never seen it?
Never even heard of it.
Another classic. Gotta see, bro. Lou Ferrigno as Hercules.
I don't think I've seen that either, honestly.
It came out the year I was born.
Yes,
it came out the year I was born.
Yes, that's my point.
I thought it came out before we were born.
I mean, I don't think it was discussed a lot.
No,
yeah,
like Terminator was discussed a lot. I don't think anybody really discussed Hercules.
I would say Terminator 2 is a classic, given the age and Terminator 2.
I absolutely agree.
It is a classic. We are all old enough in here to say it's a decades old.
Oh shit! I gotta go watch Dave Chappelle.
It started a new
changing the subject
way of like we started to see that whole liquid type of movement in all type of everything. They had a character
iconic movie.
Star Trek that was doing that shit. They started doing that liquid shit almost everywhere. There was a character named Alex Mack on Nickelodeon whose power was to basically be the Terminator 2 as a kid version, but she just couldn't, so yeah, that shit started a whole, and just the ingenuity. I'm gonna send somebody back to kill the child who grows up to become the one that destroys the company that I work for, and then they send another one. I mean, that's just crazy.
Bringing it back around to Derry.
Oh, yeah. What about that show? That was a good show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I have questions still. I'm glad you did it. Were you guys thrilled? All right, and so obviously, if you watch, we've already talked about all this, but were you guys happy or did you feel any kind of way when the family decided to stay in Derry?
What the fuck shit were y'all on? What the fuck do you mean you gonna stay? Gonna stay. You've been this whole season was about you getting the fuck out of this town after you found out the fuck shit the town was on. On a myriad of levels, the fuck shit this town was on. Now, we've got a house now, so I guess we can stay. Bitch, are you high? Are you dumb? For a house?
Yeah.
For a house?
A farm at that, where you gotta work. You got to work to get things done. It doesn't.
It makes sense.
It makes no sense.
It did not make sense coming from his wife. It did not make sense coming from her because she was the one most adamant about not living there from the jump. And so for that, just because this Indian lady says, "Oh, well, if y'all do stay, you can stay at my house." Even though my house is still in the same town where your house was, it didn't make no sense. It didn't. That part didn't make sense. It was real
subtle. It was very
subtle, and it didn't make sense to me.
I'm gonna explain it. And they did something very, very subtle, and it went over a lot of people's heads. Before she made that decision, Rose handed her a glass of water, and you're like, "Well, what does that have to do with anything?" What you have to remember is they said during the show that Pennywise sheds his skin, and that gets into the drinking water, and it affects all the people of the town. So that's why when they had that scene when the little boys was jumping that one boy, everybody's like, oh, whatever. They just burned down the juke joint. Nobody's getting reprimanded. The army's not losing their shit. She had that glass of water, drank it, and she's like, you know what? Maybe we could stay. Because she was packed up, ready to leave.
Yeah.
But as soon as she drank that water, she changed her mind.
That's the Rose didn't even touch that fucking water. She didn't drink it either.
And that's why you're the movie blog, and we are all just regular humans. You know what I mean? But that's dope. That did go way over my head. And yes, now it makes sense, because it didn't make sense coming out of her mouth when I heard it. I was like, huh? Like in that moment, I was like, something ain't right. I didn't say that though. I was like, something ain't right here.
Yeah.
But now it makes sense. It 100% makes sense.
But the dude, did they all drink it?
The husband drank it too. He been on some shit where he wasn't really trying to leave the town. Yeah. When she started packing up, he was like, I'm gonna handle that later. And he was like, we gotta save Will. I gotta do this. He was like, at most, trying to get his family to the base. At no point was he on some let's leave. He never said that. He was like, I want my family safe. Oh, you tricked us into a cage with this creature. And they was like, yeah, that's why I want you to move your family back to base. And he did. He brought them back to base. He ain't leave town when he had the chance.
Let me get this
more
straight.
Importantly, isn't he in the military still? Like, I'm
no,
confused.
He's not.
He got honorably discharged.
Mm-hmm.
He got honorably discharged. They shot him in the leg. He's done.
Remember they said that I keep my secrets or something, and then they let me go.
Yeah.
But I'm still a little bit stuck, because up until this point, Charlotte was on some I gotta get the fuck out. So how is it that one glass of fucking water, she been in this town for months, she never had a sip of water?
She had water. It's just that it took her longer. She had the most will to not be there. She didn't want to be there in the first place. She came after her husband.
Yeah.
Right? She never really wanted to be there. Who's all these folks? What they about? Who all gonna be there? Who's all the black people? Let's make friends with them first. Oh, this Native American's kind of cool. She never really wanted to be in this space. But Rose, being who Rose is, knew everything that was happening. She read her like a book, and she kept her secrets. And right before this black lady was about to leave, she's sitting there like, look, I'm retiring. My nephew, Daniel, got murked, and my will to do this anymore is done. But I need to pass this on to people who I trust to be active about it. And she didn't trust her tribe to really, because her tribe didn't help at all. Her tribe was
the whole time. It was like, as long as y'all don't come the fuck over here with your bullshit, we gonna just let y'all.
As long as our kids are fine, we good.
As long as how many kids got killed? Oh, about 36, 30 white boys, maybe one black kid. Any Native Americans? No, they're all in school today.
Yep.
Oh, we're good then. Sounds good.
This was a light augury this year.
Help me understand this. Is this a separate issue outside of the it issue? Like that would exist whether or not an alien landed there or not? Or is this in correlation with that? Because why would they agree? Why would it be if it's a it thing, why would it be advantageous for it to keep people here, to keep that gate? Like, wouldn't he want people to leave? Or if she's weaker, why would he want? Like, I'm trying to understand how
this isn't Pennywise compelling them to stay. This is just a manifestation of what happens with Pennywise and his influence on people.
Yeah.
Right. Like, once you're there, it does. Yeah. You once you get there, it compels you to stay. But if you do so happen to leave and break its hold, then it makes you forget what you saw, so you don't fuck up its game.
Yeah. You're not going out into the world and say, hey, yo, this town is on some fuck shit. Somebody needs to get in there and undo a lot of this stuff, or start to dig up more. And it would be very, very fucking messy if the outside world came in and tried to influence him, just like the military. The military came in, and the only reason why he let them rock the way that they did is because they were going to let him out.
The military got real close, and as soon as this was the first time we saw the military interact with like a horror being. Like, you never see the military take on Freddy Krueger. The military infiltrated, and he took them apart.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And he didn't let not one of them go back, except for Leroy, who he just happened to escape because he was going to kill him too.
Yeah.
And he was going to try to influence the military to expand his reach anyway. I'm pretty sure this whole thing with Francis, it has to be a manifestation of what Pennywise was doing to him. Like, destroy this rock.
Do you sorry, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you think that Pennywise, with his whole I'm in the past, present, and future bag, do you think he let Francis get out of Derry so that all of this could happen?
Maybe. But the thing is with Pennywise is that Pennywise says it straight at the beginning. He's a god, right? Like, when you think about how the losers defeat him in the future, and he talks about it here, you can kind of get a sense that even though he doesn't really end.
No. What is it, like it's a reincarnation type of deal that we're dealing with, right?
Maybe he can take on other forms, maybe, but you don't really kill a god. You can at most put him on timeout. So I think that eventually, with what we're seeing, with him being omniscient, aware of all time, the only reason he lets things happen is because he knows he's going to be all right.
Yeah,
he's going to be fine either way.
Yeah, he still exists in other times. He's not technically, so he's not dead really, because he's going to go back and fuck with everybody that he possibly can.
No, not even like that. He experiences it all at the same time.
Yeah, that's why he was able to tell old girl that your child. He called her Tozier. He called her Tozier, which would be her married name in the future. And he was like, "Yeah, I know you." Like, so he's already seen the future. He's already experienced the future,
or he's experiencing it now.
Experiencing it now, so he's definitely But I wonder also, and like when you call him a god, like, is he really a god, or is he what has been explained, which is an alien manifestation?
No, he is a god. No, he is a god.
He is a
because
god.
He's supposed to be the opposite of Maturin, the turtle. And they say Maturin, the turtle god, is the one that created the universe. It vomited out the universe and created life in Stephen King's world. And he's established that Pennywise is his polar opposite. Now the thing is with Pennywise, it's almost like Satan. Satan can take on many forms. Sometimes he's a serpent, sometimes he's an angel, or Sauron. Let's say Sauron. Let's say Sauron to keep it sci-fi. He can appear in multiple different iterations, multiple different forms. Even when you destroy him, he can come back in some way. So he is a god in that way, right? Like I think they could make a It Chapter 3 movie, honestly.
Because
27 years later.
But do you remember him saying that your ancestor kills me? He said kills me.
Yeah, but he also said you can also tell the way he interprets things is a little off. He's like, oh, he kills me, or doesn't he? I don't know. He's on some weird like multiple choice shit. Like,
he's like, he kills me, or is it a rebirth? Or he goes through all of these different things. Like, he don't know his ass from his elbow either, apparently.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes a kill doesn't necessarily mean death, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had his head blown off, but he wasn't dead. You know what I'm saying? So you can say that, somebody thought he was killed.
I got a fun one for you. Me and Kira did this on Monday. We had a realization. So, Welcome to Derry takes place in 1962.
Yeah. Oh God.
And then the movies take place in 1989. It too takes place when? What year?
What'd you say? Was it
2016?
It too? Oh, I haven't
seen
it.
It's in 88. It's not 88. No, it's 88.
Oh, no. Or is it what?
All I know is that 1988 was 26th year. I think he's supposed to come back in 89.
He comes back in 2015 after. If it's 27 years. later, it's 2015. If we're doing 88 versus 89, it's either 2015 or 2016.
What if Pennywise operated
Yuck.
today while during a Trump presidency? Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, and this isn't a political commentary, this is just a statement of fact. We experience more domestic violence of both small and large scale in the United States under a Trump presidency than any other president. It just is a fact. We have more just violence, whether it's a mass shooting, an event where planes are crashing, whether it's something to just a large scale of death happens more in the U.S. during a Trump presidency. How would Pennywise navigate this space? Because we saw what he did with racism in Derry pre-civil rights. What would he do with all of these Proud Boy groups, all of the MAGA culture, all of the rhetoric online? What would he do with the fucking internet?
You also have Black Lives Matter. On the conflict side, it's MAGA, it's Black Lives Matter, it's progressives versus conservatives. All of that shit is cooking and going up in 2015.
And he just stokes that shit. And he just stokes that shit. Just, not to like, he's not saying he don't care if we fight. He don't really care about that. He just wants to increase your fear to make you more palatable in his plate. What would he do?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean,
school shootings? I forgot all about that.
He dancing.
I mean,
it's trouble.
I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot to work with. There's a lot to work with.
It's trouble.
It's just like, oh my God.
I mean, it gives purge.
You just might have gave the creative writers a weigh in for it 2025. 27 years from the last It's fighting will be 2025 or something like that.
Yo, they just saying they're gonna elect it to the administration.
Yes, he already got red hair.
Well, hello, United States. Help me with this. That is as frightening as all that is.
Sorry.
He clearly was affected. Who?
She, but continue.
It lays eggs.
She lays eggs, but that's okay.
Pennywise is a girl.
Yeah.
Pennywise is a her. It's been established. Andy Muschietti told me himself, and then Taylor Page also said the same thing. The woman who plays Charlotte. But continue.
Okay, Pennywise is a her. Okay.
Watch the movies, Vince. Watch the movies.
Well, Ty seen the movies, I thought, and he noticed she was it. It was a she.
I mean,
that's not something I fixated on, whether it was a he or a she. I never honestly thought to question it, and probably never paid attention.
Well, she would it. Wow.
She legs eggs.
It makes it easier. Just say it. Just say it.
It was the father of somebody in this depiction of it.
Oh,
no, it wasn't.
Oh, the father was the father of somebody in this. It ate him as he I ate your father, and he's a part of me now. And so what I did was I ate him, and I now inhabit his physical resemblance.
I mean, that's what a lot of women did in the 1800s. You dust a little poison on something, and now you inherit, your man's estate. You just part of the whole cycle. I mean, it's
damn
normal to me.
Wow. All right. Okay. All right.
And more importantly, why does he inhabit her father, because what he did was he watched for a while. She watched before for a while the way he was with kids, and that kids enjoyed his show and that everything like that. So that's why it took on his form, because that was the most accessible way to reach kids.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. I was gonna ask y'all about something, but I don't know if we have enough time. But I was curious if maybe you can make it quick for me. In the end, old boy said that he was going to a hotel in London where he could be a cook. Is that a Shining reference?
Yes.
That's a foreshadow. Yeah, absolutely. Like the hotel for The Shining isn't in London, but it's obviously where he starts getting his beginnings as a cook.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he has now Stephen King versed these different these different entities.
He might be our night nurse. He might be our Agent Coulson. If they ever did a spinoff in London where some fuck shit happened, he could be there. Right? And then we bring him into The Shining, and then we bring him into Dr. Sleep. Like, this character's got a bright future.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Does he have a large role in Shining?
Yes.
Yes.
You watch the fucking movie, Vince.
Yeah.
All right, man. So we're gonna do that. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a watch party. We're gonna start doing watch parties for certain classic movies just to get acclimated.
Everybody caught up.
You gotta
So The Shining is a good place to start. I would do a watch party for The Shining.
Tell you what, if I get approved for MegaCon Orlando because I applied for a press pass, I will come out and I will establish that we need to do a watch party for one of these movies, because ain't no way I'm watching the 3.5 hour fucking Godfather movie without helping.
It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it.
It's like, just FYI, that's one of those movies. Francis Coppola. And you talking about directors? You talking about directors, bro?
It is. You don't realize how long you sitting there, because every scene has a beat. It's a good. Anthony, please try.
Oh my God,
Godfather.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What Francis Ford Coppola movies have I seen?
The Departed. That's not my bad.
That's Scorsese. I've seen a lot of Scorsese.
I don't know.
Did he do
maybe Dracula?
Did he do
Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Yes, it was extremely good. The best.
I saw that one.
Best Dracula movie I've seen.
But I haven't seen it with like my adult eyes. I watched it as like a little kid. I ain't see Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
That was good. Good as well.
I didn't see Apocalypse Now.
That's a classic.
I
haven't watched
his new movie. He came out with a movie last year.
You did see The Outsiders. You did see The Outsiders, right?
Nah. Another one. I saw The Breakfast Club.
That's another classic. The Outsiders with Pony Boy and all of them.
Matt Dillon, Ralph Macchio, Patrick Swayze, Rob Lowe, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise did Ralph Macchio with the Karate Kid. Emilio Estevez, Diane Lane.
Oh my God! If you have not seen The Outsiders, I just was talking to somebody about this the other day, and yes, that was one of those that it was about.
I saw The Warriors. I ain't seen The Outsiders.
Listen. It was basically a movie about a bunch of kids that grew up together that lived in a neighborhood, and in that neighborhood they just frolicked, had a good time, you know what I'm saying, whatever, do what kids do. But then they were called greasers, and then they had like these the kids that were like preps, or whatever you want to call them. And these dudes would have like, they would have like fights, but the fights would be like with knives and bats and chains and shit like that. It was like street fights. And oh man, bro, like Outsiders is one of those stories about friendship, loyalty, loss. Like Pony Boy, who's played by, I believe, Ralph Macchio. I think Ralph Macchio is Pony Boy. was one of the favorite characters. But yeah, I'm not gonna tell you the whole movie, man. It's definitely a classic though.
All right,
Bronx Tale for me. On the list.
Was it? I fucking love a Bronx Tale.
Yeah, I don't think you can live in New York and not see Bronx Tale.
That wasn't
Lost in Translation.
So was it?
Lost in Translation.
I was just listing classic movies. I wasn't trying to put that in the Francis Ford Coppola. I don't know as much.
He got a lot of good shit, man.
Robert De Niro directed a Bronx Tale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that being a big thing when he did. Okay. And I like that he didn't try to make himself the main character, even though he had a big part. He wasn't the main character, significant part, but not main character. Yeah. All right. There was something else.
Man, you reached your bandwidth.
I see it. You saw it happen. That's the best part of these. Yeah, that's the best part of these parts of the show.
He's trying to force it. Oh, he's trying to force it. He'd be like, yeah, just stop. Just hit the stop button. Hit the stop button. Close us out and let's go on with our rest of our days. Now, I ain't got time for you to be over here trying to stretch it out. No, it ain't.
I was, yo.
Like, oh man.
Man down.
See the gears spin in there.
You saw. I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget nothing. That's all, because I don't see y'all next week. But we'll go ahead and we'll wrap this one up today. Hey, as always, man, be authentic. Oh, look out for the GM interview that's going to be coming up. Make sure y'all check us out. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna say, be your authentic self.
Wow. We can land this plane. You got
that?
There's only one engine now.
You ain't be yourself, you be a fake. You a geek.
Is he mumble right now?
Hey, if you're a geek, hey, if you're a geek, they fly. Hey. All right, yeah, we out, man. Hey.
Bye, y'all.
The new Blurred Order is one of my favorite places to visit. I hope you'll join us next time.